Hey, it is going to be a hot day again across the valley. We're rolling through September, but still some hot temperatures around. I think if you do have plans to be outside today, plan on it being in the 90s pretty much all afternoon. There might be a shower or two popping up. We'll show you later on, but most of it's still offshore. I think as we go through time, we are tracking a cold front moving in, but a weakening one. So there is a chance to cool off. A weak cold front arrives as we get into the day later on Thursday. But the coldest of air staying in West Texas by far. So we'll say not much cooler, but you should at least notice some sort of change later tomorrow afternoon and going into Friday before we start to warm up and get the humidity back for the weekend. So we'll check out temperatures. I want to show you out there right now that it is pretty warm. Temperatures are in the 90s nearly everywhere, warming up to 91 in McAllen, 91 in Weslaco. The heat index, though, you know, we don't have those heat advisories anymore, but the heat index, how hot it feels, still makes it feel like it's over 100 in some cases. Still a lot of mugginess in the air, so you factor in that humidity, and it's up around 100 degrees or so, what it feels like out there. So it still feels like summer, even though we're kind of winding down. Now, I want to show you the cold front, which is out there, but you see it kind of splits right across Texas. The cold front is basically in the middle of Texas. Behind it, quite cold. Look at that temperature, 42 in Lubbock. It's cold out there. It feels like winter in North Texas. Hard to believe that it's still summer. We set some record lows today behind that front and even in Amarillo. But you see the cold front is rolling south. Will some of that cold air make it? Well, some of the cool air maybe, but you look up to the north and it's in the 30s, barely above freezing in Colorado, 33 in Denver, where it's been quite chilly for this time of year. That pocket of blue, if we zoom in a little bit more, you can see that the coldest of air is starting to move into New Mexico and Texas. Right now, it's only 38 in Amarillo, and actually some snow mixed in with some light rain and sleet there in the northwest Texas panhandle. That's how cold it is, even though it's too warm really for it to stick to the ground. But you see, it is colder out in the mountains and in New Mexico and Colorado where it's near freezing. So, and with that, Amarillo, looked up some weather facts for you. This comes from the National Weather Service in Amarillo. Earliest in September, or the fall season coming up, that they've recorded a temperature of 40 degrees or colder in Amarillo. And you can see rain and a little bit of iciness and snow mixed in trying to come into the Texas panhandle. There is still some snowflakes flying in Colorado, starting to wind down, but let's have